Can we make like the loudest, obnoxious sipping sound at the same time?
What's up, guys? Welcome to the 96 Nation YouTube. I am your host, Big Guy Side, Quattro, Cyrus Tooks the Fourth, whatever you want to call me, as long as you call me Cyrus. We are here with Soul Candy. Introduce yourselves.
My name's Andrew, aka Andrew on the bass with the cute face, aka the Rizzler. And I play bass for Soul Candy, and I also produce and mix our music.
Rizzler parts.
Hi, my name is Farah Bijou, also known as Bijou Baby, also known as Saint Bijou. I am Soul Candy's vocalist, and I write our songs.
Hey, I'm Gilbert, also known as Gilbert bagging these bitches, play keys, DJ, produce, check me out, Fire on the Shire, SoundCloud.
Hi, my name is Lawrence. I play drums. Otherwise, I'm also known as Larry Boy, Larry, Broda LT, the hype man.
I just wanted to sit down with y'all and sit with this band. I've known all of you. I love you all as friends, but I wanted to sit down with you because, unfortunately, y'all are leaving us.
They leaving, bro. I'm staying.
They are leaving us to go to Atlanta and really take this thing to the next level. But before we talk about the end, before we talk about the next thing, we gotta talk about the beginning. So if anybody wants to start and tell me, what is Soul Candy? Who is Soul Candy? Why? It's so fair question.
Soul Candy started in 2020, pretty much right when the pandemic started. In the beginning, it was a completely different group. I'm the only original Soul Candy member. I remember I was like laying down to take a nap. The band name just came to me. And then in the beginning, I didn't really know where it was gonna go, nor did I expect it to become what it, has blossomed into. Just having fun, playing covers, playing at Gordo's a lot. Like, that was the vibe. We were just doing our thing, having fun. I usually describe it as it was a collective at that time. It was a lot of different musicians, mostly jazz musicians from the FSU College of Music. And then as time went on, the vibe changed. We joined the band when we were gonna play at Potbelly's.
First gig was a
At
double header
Potbelly's.
weekend at Potbelly.
Yeah, Gilbert and I got really close. Our original drummer named Zach, he ended up moving to Miami. I was kind of at a crossroads because Soul Candy could have ended there because, some of the original people, it dissolved. And I was like, maybe this could go somewhere. Me and Gilbert then continued the band. We had some different people come in and out. Then Andrew and Lawrence joined. And I would say the turning point for us, we did this pop-up show at Sunstop.
Alright, so and that show should
Yeah,
not
this
happen.
is a Gilbert thing right
Should
here.
not have happened. I think I was north side of town, literally 20-30 minutes away from Sunstop. I had this idea for a little bit because it's like a convenience store kind of situation in college town. Nothing really happens there other than just people
So
hanging
much
out.
foot traffic and people getting
Yeah.
drunk and sitting outside.
Farah was having dinner with her mom because she was in town
Yeah.
that night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was 11 at night and we were thinking of going out, and then I called Lawrence up because he just joined my combo at school.
Yeah, that semester.
We were just you doing anything? I'm thinking of just doing this pop-up show. And
Literally just showing up, setting up our shit, not asking permission, and just fucking doing it.
So y'all had y'all ever all practiced together?
No.
Well, no. Obviously me and Gilbert had been in the band, but I met Lawrence
Yes.
I
that
also
night.
wasn't there for this.
He wasn't there for
There's
this.
this other guy named Jack Bias. Shout out Jack. He's on.
Shout out Jack.
I remember being in my dorm room at the time, and Gilbert calls me. He's like, "You be down for just to go play somewhere?" And I was worried. I gotta go to the com to get my drums, but yeah, I'm down. So I go get my stuff, and then this man picks me up, and we pull up to Sunstop. And then this random girl walks up and he's like, "Oh, this is our vocalist. Her name is Farah, by the way." I didn't even have all of my stuff. I brought snare drum, bass drum, hi-hat, crash.
You didn't have a full set.
Nah, bro. We were just grooving.
And we never have played together
Ever.
with him.
This is
ever.
the first
But he
time
knew
we
all
ever
the songs
played,
that we
but I
were
knew-
playing at the time.
Yeah, and then the stuff that I didn't know, I was just listening to Jack. It would be like, "All right, you're gonna play this in a group, right?" And before we played, and then they tell me when stuff is changing. And then Gilbert one time called out the bridge for It's Love, and I was like, I don't know what to do here. So I just started playing just random stuff on the cymbals.
So this man was, you were 18 at the time.
I was 18.
Fresh
freshman in high
face, baby face, college freshman.
Yeah,
his
basically.
spring semester freshman year. And I just remember, I was like, okay, who's this motherfucker? No, I was like, who is this guy? But I trust Gilbert's choice in picking musicians. But I just remember I loved Lawrence's energy.
No, you were cracked
he
out that night.
will dance while he's playing. He will smile.
I still do that.
Like
I still do that.
It's contagious energy, and that was when I was like, Gilbert, we got to snatch this man and put him in the band permanently.
No.
I feel like we found the right fit because we've played with a lot of amazing drummers.
It's also
but
like
Lawrence, we had
having
chemistry.
someone like available.
Yes.
And it's just like you're able to like, hey, we're doing this. You're free. All right, let's do it. And
Like,
that was
yeah.
And then,
basically the culmination was just like we got a group that's able to play together and let's just try and play together as much as possible.
Like,
it became a committed, stable.
Yeah, facts. Like, I swear to you that night after the Sunstop gig, he texted me, he was like, all right, so this is the set list for the next gig. And it was like a 30-song playlist, and I got so scared. I was like, what?
Yeah, so
then,
clearly, like, at this time, it's covers. And then Andrew joined the band.
Yeah.
Crazy, and I'm like thinking about this now. I haven't really thought about this, but like, I was in a weird place in my life because I dropped out of school and my relationship had ended, and I was just working, and I really feel like I had a purpose because I'm different from these guys. They've all been kind of doing like a similar kind of music for a longer time than me. I was a classical musician. I played with you guys at Gordo's once.
Very long time ago.
Before Gilbert was in the band, with Zach on the drums, and I was pretty garbage, I'm sure. Like, I did all right. Then a lot of time passed before I was actually in the band, so like, it kind of gave me purpose, and I still have a lot to learn, but I definitely think I've grown a lot as a musician.
When Andrew was joining the band, we were simultaneously all getting very close as friends, too. We get along very well, and I loved the way that he was playing bass, and we were just like, it just felt right, you know? Yeah. So then, like, once we finally had that group, and I was getting, as much as I love the whole inception of Soul Candy and the direction it was going in, I was tired of having to call different musicians for different gigs. And I wanted a stable group and a committed group, and I was tired of playing covers all the time. And I was like, I think we can build something that's going to go further. Last year, not around this time, like maybe February, March of last year, Soul Candy, like, we started to play in Atlanta. Shit was really cool.
Yes,
but I was going to leave Tallahassee.
Yes!
I was going to move to Miami was my plan at the time, or Atlanta by myself. Soul Candy was going to end, and I was going to pursue just like my solo music career, which is what I always wanted. It was like right when shit started to pop off for us. And it started to become like more than what it was, more than just a cover band. Started to grow more in Tallahassee, grow more in social media, and I was like, fuck, like, it doesn't feel right for me to leave right now.
Yeah.
And I just strongly believe, because I was graduating, so I was like, do I really want to stay another year in Tallahassee?
Right.
That we did.
Yeah, if I had left, like, Soul Candy would have not existed right now. We would not have released music. We would never have written all of our originals. We would never have played Okeechobee. We would never have had this house. Like, nothing would have happened.
I probably wouldn't even be as close with these guys as I am.
No.
Yeah.
Except for probably Gilbert.
So I'm just like so thankful that I went with that decision, which was a gut feeling.
When did we decide we were gonna move in together?
What really just kind of culminated like this house, we were just like, you know, if we had a space together with like because we all like produce music just as well, just on the side, and we were just like, if we just pull all our stuff together, we can have a really
we just had this vision
spot
for this house, which we made it happen.
Because now, like, if you go in the studio, it's crazy. Like, we have like 2 subs and nice ass monitors. There's like
got like
5 basses in there right now.
Yeah, 8 mics.
Yeah, we got
just
so much
like
shit.
Everything that you need to just like be able to like play music
and
is like all pulled together.
This house has become just like a family meeting spot. Like all our homies.
I can't believe what this house has become.
It's
like,
so I love it. Like,
that actually brings me into this next question about the dynamic for you as not only a band but as friends, because everybody sees it within the scene as well. Y'all are like not just bandmates, y'all are friends.
We're tight.
We were talking about this the other day. It's like we're more like family.
Yeah.
We have a very deep level of care for each other. And it's not just us four. There's a whole network of our friends
We'd be
who
remiss not to mention them.
like
Entourage
Molly,
goes
Savannah,
I mean, it's
Jarrett,
it's
Aaron,
everyone in
like,
the city.
this whole year, Molly and Savannah, they have come on some of those road trips with us. They film for us. They
went to
help
Okeechobee with
me
us.
with flyers sometimes. They came to
Helped
Okeechobee.
us make merch.
Helped us make merch. Stayed up all night helping us make merch. Savannah made our website and she killed it.
Yeah.
Like, it's become a whole, I don't know. I was out of Tallahassee for a week visiting family and I was like, fuck, like I miss y'all.
So you have the band, you have, you know, the supporting cast. What kind of started to dictate the style and like who Soul Candy was as a band?
It was kind of a collective thing, I would say.
It's just all our influence.
all our music.
We have a lot of diverse tastes
Exactly.
in music.
Andrew and I have the totally laid back. We both love Erykah Badu. We both love Stevie. That's
Hiatus
like one
Coyote.
thing that Hiatus
Hiatus
Coyote.
Coyote.
Like
I gotta flex. I gotta flex. I'm in the top 0.01% of Stevie Wonder listeners on Spotify.
He's Spotify.
.01.
he is top of the top. Like 99% of people don't listen to Stevie like him. I think it was Don't You Worry About a Thing. This was like the first time we played it in rehearsal. I hit on the snare drum wrong. Andrew looked me dead in my eyes. It was the smallest mistake I've made on that song. I was and I played like a hit early. And Andrew looked at me and I was like, bro, why do you know like this? Like, why do you know? With Andrew, it's just like certain things we catch. With Farah, out of all three of us, I feel like Farah and I listen to the most stuff that's similar. So like,
Hey, me
That
and
is-
Farah got a 96% on
Spotify. We have like 98. Somebody, I have 98%.
It's me and
with.
you. We have like very
they have-
similar Spotify.
see, like, but with me, I feel like it's I pull things from them and they pull things from me.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
we
You know
all-
what I mean? And then with
I never
Gilbert,
met a bigger Anderson .Paak fan
than me or than Gilbert.
than
Yeah.
Gilbert.
Hi, shout
Gilbert.
out.
Sweet
Gilbert.
yams, show me the way, 'cause I got
How did we go from
sweet yams.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, we got
Well, like,
distracted.
We talked a lot about the future. Cat's out of the bag. The three of you were headed to Atlanta. How did we land there? Because obviously there's a lot of other markets you could have gone to and tried out. But what was it about Atlanta that was like, this is the spot?
In the past year or so, I've like traveled up to Atlanta like probably like 30, 40, like 50 times. Like the more I've been over there, the more I'm like trying to get us over there. I like came back here and I was like, what can we do different? And
Yeah.
like what's the most that we can do in this current capacity in this town? And then we were just kind of like, we need to go to
We
a
need
bigger
to
market.
leave,
We need
yeah.
to like make those new connections. When we went to like Okeechobee and we like saw the big stages and we like were hanging out with
These
like,
big people.
the big people, what was going through my head was like, what do I need to do? Or, like,
To
what do
get
we need
there.
to do to be on that stage
Facts.
Yeah.
and share that same space with those like people we look up to?
Those
And it's
insane
like
people.
we came back here and we just like really started thinking about it, and it's just like Atlanta has that culture, has that atmosphere that once we're in, we're gonna get stuck in, and we're just gonna like try to like do the most we can.
Obviously, you guys have been playing these shows. You played a lot of these venues. You're starting to get some name, starting to get some clout around the scene. At this point, people are clamoring for music. So talk to me about like the music you guys have created. Let's talk about Sweet Tooth.
When we started playing original music, we were
Yeah.
getting ready to play our first big show in Atlanta. We were like, guys, we really want to play
Original.
an all original set or almost all original set, and we had never really sat down and written stuff together. Started just writing and writing and writing and
we
writing.
just like there were a couple of sessions where we were just out in the living room and we just like have a notepad out and a guitar and we'd like start writing stuff, and then we started like moving into the studio. I started like making like beats and stuff just like in my free time, and then I'd like go to them with it and be like, you want to try and turn this into a song? We'd like have jams and see what
Yep.
like
See where it
happens.
goes.
That's kind of like the start of like how Bloom came to be. He was like recording a little voice memo.
And I wrote the chorus that day.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
And I was, because I just felt like,
And then y'all didn't touch it for a while.
yeah, we left it
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah. Then we
Yeah.
like came back to it. So I like ripped a voice memo from her, and then we like put it into like the software, and we like were messing around with it, and then we
Like
kind
picking
of-
and choosing what the vibe
yeah,
What the
we
vibe
kind of like
was.
This voice
created
memo.
Yeah.
balloons just like with that, and then like brought it to everybody else and tried to like create something.
Finished it, yeah.
Yeah, and the lyrics are really cool, like creating a parallel between like a plant growing and personal growth.
Growing through the motions.
And what about your bro?
All live
instruments, no electronic stuff.
Oh, that's not true. I mean,
for your
there's like one MIDI line in there. I didn't write any of the backup vocals previously. I just went in the studio and I just came up with them and I just did them, and I think they're fucking sick. I'm not even gonna lie. And then I mixed all my vocals in Logic Pro, then I exported those out and we put them in Ableton because they like Ableton more than Logic.
Into it on
since they all live
like
here,
we fully mixed, we produced and mixed it ourselves.
We would even like go out to the car at like the end like stage of the mixing process. We like listen to it in the car. We're like the kick isn't hitting. Like the kick
of our
needs to be
different
lower.
cars, just to like get the
because you need to listen on multiple speakers, and you know then you're dealing with like ear fatigue because we're in there for so many hours. So the mixing process was probably the hardest part.
I feel like we should talk about house parties here.
Oh my god.
Going the first house party.
So normally it's like I just say some crazy shit and I'm like, alright, we're gonna fucking do this shit. Like, let's go crazy. Let's invite as many people into our house. And then they always have to like reel me back.
Okay.
Like, we have to worry about like security.
Gilbert has the ideas. He has these crazy ideas, and they're all always awesome. And then I just have to bring the practical like side.
If you're throwing a house party, there's a lot of shit you gotta think about. Like we have expensive shit in the house. We have to have security if somebody
always have
fights.
security.
And then it's just like in general, like
one time I almost chased the dude down the road.
Yeah,
we have kicked people out.
We have like, you're gonna come back? Alright. We see where you live.
And just in general, making sure everybody's safe when it's like 400 plus people at this small house.
But
like there will be times where you could not move through this living room
100%.
or that hallway because
and it's lit as fuck.
People using the bathroom, people just standing there talking, people drinking, people just chopping it up. But like then when you go outside, it's like such a vibe though. It's like it's a completely different
that was part of the vision for the Soul Garden, is having it be a house venue, which it worked for 3 parties, but this place is notorious for getting the cops called.
My favorite house party had to have, like here, probably had to be
Halloween.
Because
oh my god, it was so fun.
That was the takeoff for house parties for like us. Like
and
that
we
was
made
the biggest
money.
Jump. That was the biggest jump. We performed in our costumes. We were Mafia.
Oh yeah,
I was Maddie from Euphoria.
Yeah,
we were the Sopranos. I was the Hitman.
And that Halloween show, there were so many people in the backyard that they were wrapping around, and I hit this girl with like the headstock on my base. I just didn't even know she was behind me, you know?
That fucking pajama party, we had like probably 200-300 people here by 10 o'clock. Cops came at 10:10. We played.
The cops came really
We played for like
early.
10-15 minutes. We had a parade of everyone at our house, and then we went about like
went to
5-6
house.
houses down. I remember
Yeah.
I was like,
time.
Yeah, shout out
like
Monkey Town.
walking my dog, and I was like, all right, gang, and then we just went and walked down the road with like all our gear and everything. And
it's like 100-200 people walking down the street to go to a different
The
house.
party continued.
That's what the Tallahassee music scene is. Like, it's wherever we are, not the house.
Exactly.
Like,
Absolutely.
It's second semester for the year.
I would say, because, Soul Candy, we've played weddings, we've played private parties, we've played restaurants, we've played bars, we've played venues. The house shows is when everything became a community and people started really fucking with us. Our Instagram started blowing up more, and that's when people started recognize us out where Chick-fil-A drive-through last night.
We went to Publix, and there's this girl I know that's like, and her best friend, and they're like, oh my god, Soul Candy's at Publix, and I was like,
People are so it's so crazy.
We were
now.
wearing like regular clothes.
I always look bummy as hell when it happens. They're
We
like,
always
oh,
go
you're
to
Farah
Publix,
from Soul
yeah.
Candy. I'm like,
I was in Strozier Library going to print out my homework, bruh. And these 4 kids that went to our last house party, like last semester, they were like, yo, you're the drummer in Soul Candy, right?
when people like fangirl, and I'm just like, I'm regular as hell.
Kaylee got asked once, you're in Soul Candy, right? Our
You're
friend
Kaylee from Soul Candy.
Yeah. She's like, no, I'm just their friend. I'm not in the band.
Because people recognize them. Because I think something that people like about us is that it's like, we show like the lifestyle side on Instagram, like us and our friends hanging out, and people just relate to it, or it's just fun.
You guys are headed to Atlanta. Tallahassee will no longer have Soul Candy on the regular basis. Well, if you could pin something quickly, like, what would you say to the scene, to the people that have supported you? Like, what would you say to them?
Thank you.
Thank you. We love you so fucking much.
Besides, thank you.
Oh my God.
The same way y'all have graciously treated us, go out to these other bands that are still here, like Tonight's Special, Bandemic, Professional Businessman, all these other people that we performed with copyright claim.
Go support them the same way you showed us love.
All right, awesome. Where can they find you on the socials out in the Ethernet?
Y'all, Instagram, Soul Candy Band
_.
Soul Candy Band _ on Instagram.
And then we got soulcandyband.com.
Soulcandyband.com.
Website.
That's
Thanks
it.
you guys for having us.
He's touching my ass.
Sorry, it's me, but not on purpose.
Right. Oh, yeah. Bro, you're just mad because I'm caked up right now, bro.
Hold on.
Break up fire.
Listening to sad songs, hoping that you won't be.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. Let's all jump in the air and, like, put our legs back. Okay, I gotta get a freeze frame with this.